I will be using the safety harness again. I will tag it in the video. Click on it if you're interested in getting it. In this video, I will be installing the trim for the roof on both sides and also the high peak. If you haven't seen the beginning process of the solar shed, go to my channel, click on solar shed, and you'll be able to watch all the valuable video from beginning up to now. I already put a trim on the right side of the roof, and this one gonna overlap it and take it all the way to the top. This part of the trim gonna go to the peak at the highest end, and the other end I'm gonna slide it to the bottom one. I open the fold on both sides to make it slide easier to the bottom trim. Then I'm gonna take the trim and slide it to the bottom trim and make sure it's in the proper location. Then I'm gonna screw it on the top. I'm not gonna screw it on the side for now. I'm gonna wait until I have my fascia on. I will be using those foam closure at the peak of the roof to keep bugs and debris out, and the peak flashing gonna be on top of it. I'm just installing the foam closure on top right now. It already have adhesive on the bottom side. After installing all the foam closure, I apply butyl tape on top of it to make it seal to the high peak flashing. Now I am installing the first piece of the high peak flashing. It overlapped the previous side trim I installed. I also apply a strip of butyl tape where it overlapped the side trim. Now moving to the left side trim, I'm marking it so I know where to cut it. I'm using a speed square and a pencil to mark out my lines. I got a set of snip, yellow, red, and green to make cuts on my metal trim, also on the metal panels. There are various finish you can get with the end of the trim. You can leave it as is. I'm gonna try to make something that look a little better. After making some of the cut, I use a simmer to fold the metal. Then I use the hammer to get a sharp corner. Then I keep doing the same thing, transitioning from my snip and my simmer and then the hammer. After I was satisfied with the side, I move on to the top. I mark it, then I make the appropriate cuts. Then I use the simmer to fold everything down and then fold the top part down. I'm not sure if that's really helping, but I use a piece of paper between the hammer and the metal to keep it from damaging the paint. And then I mark a line, and then now I'm gonna fold everything on top of itself. This is my first time working on something like this. The tools definitely make the job a lot easier. I don't think I would be able to do it without the tools. Consider using my link in the description if you have planned to buy any of those tools. This is what it looked like once I was done. Next, I put it into place and screw it down. Now I am measuring for the last piece that will go on this side, then make my cuts. I accidentally deleted the footage that show how I was able to fold this, but this is what it looked like. This is gonna go at the very top. And the other end, again, I open those foldings so it will slide on top of the previous piece I just installed. Also, all those side trim have a piece of butyl tape between them and the metal sheet on top. Now I'm siding the top trim onto the bottom trim. Once everything was in place, I screw it down. Now I'm getting the rest of the high peak trim ready for installation. Then I took it up there, put it in place, then screw it in place. Once that was done, I measure for the last piece and cut it to the appropriate length, then put it in place and screw it in place. I definitely need the safety harness for this job. Once I put the metal panel down, it's a lot slippery than it was previously. This is what it looked like at the end. If you have not seen the beginning process of the solar shed build, go to my channel, click on solar shed playlist, and you will be able to watch every video up to now. I will tag some of the items that I use in the video. If you have planned to use them, consider using my link. In the next video, I should be installing fascia and soffit. Thank you very much for coming to my channel. Have a good one.